Hey everybody, it's Strict9 with Strict9 GP, and welcome to the first ever video for Out of the Park 20 on my channel. Like I did last year, the first thing I did when I downloaded the game, and this is the beta version of the game for anybody who pre-ordered, we were able to download and install the game yesterday. First thing I did was try out an exhibition game, see how that 3D mode looked. Even though if you're watching my playthroughs, I typically sim out through the regular season, and then only when I get to the playoffs do I play out the games. But I still enjoy playing out the games, especially with the new 3D mode. And it's just a good indicator, I think, of how far the Out of the Park baseball has come in all these versions. To pull it up, take a look at it, and I can tell you already there have been some improvements in the player animations. Pitching, for instance, is a lot more fluid. Some of the plays, like diving in the outfield, I noticed from the game that I played last night, look more fluid. But I thought I would, first off, and I'm going to make a few videos, I think maybe some tutorial type or first look type videos of Out of the Park 20 before I get a series going in the actual gameplay itself. But I thought I'd show you guys an exhibition game between the Kansas City Royals, the Philadelphia Phillies. This is a replay, a one-game replay of the 1980 World Series, the classic World Series if you're a Phillies fan, from the Mike Schmidt, Steve Carlton, Larry Bowa era, Gary Maddox, some great old players from that time. But something you can set up from the main screen is you can pretty much, I didn't want to go through the setup in this video, but you can do a historical exhibition from pretty much any time period, it looked like. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this one to see if you guys enjoy the 3D animation improvements as much as I have, and just give you a good look at it. So I'm not going to change much here. It's we got Steve Carlton, a lefty, going against Larry Gura, a lefty. Of course, they have George Brett, a few other decent players from the 70s when the Royals had their great run, late 70s. And then the Phillies, already mentioned a few, but they also had Pete Rose on the team in 1980. I think they had him for a couple years. And he may have been the final piece, because the Phillies, they were in the playoffs a lot during the mid to late 70s, but it wasn't until 1980 that they were able to make the World Series and win it. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'm not playing. It's going to be in Philadelphia. We're not playing with the DH or the warm-ups. All right, so this screen looks a little bit or a lot similar for the most part to last year's. I'm not seeing a whole lot different about it. But let's go ahead and get started on the player animation. So we're not going to be in pitch by pitch mode. So we got Willie Wilson leading off against Steve Carlton. Play-by-play still up here at the top. I just got it set up to normal speed, so it may be a little slower. But a long drive to center. Maddox gobbles that one up. Maddox, a great defensive center fielder. John Wathan up next. 1-2 count. Strikes him out. You can see one of the things that I really noticed with that pitcher animation is in the leg kick. It just seems like it's way more realistic this year than it was last year. So 3 up, 3 down for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the first. And we got Lonnie Smith up. He didn't play a whole lot with the Phillies, I don't think. Maybe he was only a few years there. And he smacks it deep to right. That's going to fall down for extra bases. Goes all the way to the wall. This guy's got some speed, but he stays at second. So a double to lead off the game for us. Now we got Pete Rose up. Just going to let him swing away. He's got a 3-1 count already, and he hits that one to George Brett at third, and he throws him out. So 1 down, runner stays at second. Bake McBride, good hitting right fielder, I think he is. But he's a lefty against lefty. I don't know if that's going to favor the pitcher in this situation. And he pops him up short center field. But that's going to bring up Schmidt. And I wonder if they're going to walk Schmidt here. I think he probably will, but we'll see. Now it's full count. And they let him hit, and he grounds it to second. So nothing doing after a leadoff double. So now we go bottom of the second, or top of the second. Hal McRae leading off. Another good career batter there. Oh, liner out to left for the first hit for the Royals. Brings up Clint Hurdle, who's right field. I don't remember. I remember the name, but I didn't realize he was. Well, he had a pretty decent year actually. 294 batting average. McRae's got so-so speed. I'm gonna play. Let's play double play depth. Should have probably held the runner there. And he grounds it to second. And did they turn it? Yeah, they turned two. Some hesitation there from Trio. Releasing the ball. So 2 away, UL Washington up. 1-0 count. And another base hit, liner through the middle. That player animation looked pretty similar to what I've seen in last year's versions. Now we got Aiken up. I'm going to go ahead and let's throw to first. What do we say? Oh, quick throw. That was a pretty good animation as well. Let's look at that again. Yeah. He gets back in there. So I'm going to hold the runner. It's full count. And he struck him out. Swing and miss, I think. So we go to the bottom of the second. Still nothing. Maddox up. 1-0 count. And a weak ground ball to short, but he's deep. And looks like he throws him out. The animation on the throws to first, still pretty close. I'd like to see a little bit of variety there, like a snap throw. That was kind of a snap throw. So we got 2 up, 2 down, Larry Boa up. And that might fall for a base hit. So Boa gets on, 2 away for Bob Boone. Not a great defensive catcher, but not a great hitting catcher. 1-0 count. And that's a little dribbler to the pitcher, and he throws him out. All right, so 2 innings down, still nothing. I expected a little bit more offense here. We got Frank White leading off. Frank White, a great career player for the Royals. He grounds to Schmidt. Schmidt throws him out. Now we got Gura up, the pitcher. 2-2 count. He swings and misses. Might be hard to pick up here on video, but that I think the swing animation from the batter is a little bit different this year. Willie Wilson, full count, grounder to Schmidt. You better hurry. And he throws him out. So 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. So Steve Carlton's going to lead it off. This might not be good. 0-1 count. Grounds it to first. And he'll step on the base. So now we got Lonnie Smith back up. He can bunt for a hit, so I'm going to try that, see how this goes. Even though Brett's playing in a little bit, he missed the ball there. So 1 and 2, he's got to swing away. And he hits that one hard. Another double for Lonnie Smith. If he doesn't, nope, he's going to stay. So Lonnie Smith looking really good here. 2 for 2, 2 doubles. Pete Rose now, he's up. Base hit will drive him in. It's full count. And he walked him. So first and second now for Bake McBride. I'm going to let him swing. Hopefully he won't hit in the double play. He lines that one pretty deep. And runner's not going to tag up. So let Schmidt hit here with Rose on first and Smith on second. It's a 2-1 count. And he lines that one up the middle. That should get Smith home. Yeah, I'm sending him. All right, so we got a run on the board. No, we don't. He threw him out. I should have replayed that again. So let's see if we can. Is there a way? I thought there was a way to. There we go. So I'm sending him. Here comes the throw. Ah, come on. That didn't match up. That might be something they have to work on there a little bit. He looked like he beat him pretty easily to home. All right, so top of the fourth, Wathan, who had a big hit, I think his last time up. Grounder to short. Boa. Pretty snap throw to first. One away. Now George Brett, 2-2 count. He's the danger on the Royals team. And he hits it really hard to deep left and manages to stay there. Smith tracks it down, looks like before the warning track. Here's Hal McRae, who's also got some power. And he hits that one hard. That one may not stay in. Oh, right on the warning track. 3 up, 3 down. All right, so now Maddox going to lead off in the bottom of the fourth. Looks like a base hit there to right. So we're hitting pretty good. 5 hits in the game. Manny Trio now up. I'm going to let him swing away. And he pops it up. Foul territory. And catcher able to get under it. All right, so Larry Boa up. He's got a hit already in the game. Wathan's got a pretty poor arm. Let's try to steal second here. And he balked. Or he didn't balk. I'm sorry. The runner balked. He started to go and then didn't. So, I mean, we got Boone and Carlton up. I need to do something. Let's run and hit. I need to do something here. And they pitched out. And he's nailed. That was probably not the smartest decision. So 2 down now for Boa. And a weak grounder to the pitcher, and he throws him out. So we're gonna have to really buckle down here now. We're in the top of the fifth. Carlton's still doing pretty good. I mean, this is back when 120 pitches wasn't out of the ordinary. He's up to 53 pitches right now. Clint Hurdle up a 1-2 count. Expected more strikeouts though, and there's one. That's his 4th strikeout. So I guess he is pitching pretty well. Now we got UL Washington up, full count. Another strikeout, swing and a miss, and that brings up Willie Mays Aikens. I think that was what they call him. Full count. And he pops it up. I think that's going to stay in the outfield. So 3 up, 3 down. Two back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings, although McRae and Brett hit the ball really hard. So we got Bob Boone leading things off. He needs to get on base. That would be nice. And he does, I think. No, that's going to be a hard liner. Wilson dives. I think, let's go ahead and look at that one again. I feel like that was a little bit different in terms of the animation on the dives. A little bit, yeah. I mean, he jumps and you can see him kind of sliding on the ground there. Okay, so Steve Carlton back up. It's a 1-0 count. And he hits it again to the first baseman. So 2 away for Lonnie Smith, who has been really the best offensive performer of the game. Unfortunately got thrown out there at home. And he's got another hit. He's 3 for 3 today. Now, with Pete Rose up, do you want to send him? You know, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to try to send him. I don't think Wathan's got a good arm. No, they're not going. So, all right, we'll just let him swing away. And it looks like he jammed him, and that's going to be an out. Shallow left center field. So we're going to the 6th inning now. Still nothing. Frank White up. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. I think Carlton's starting to feel it right now. He's up to 6 strikeouts, just 2 hits, no walks. They're sitting in a pinch hitter. Is that right? No, Larry Gura, the pitcher. Looks like he's swinging from the right side, and pretty good hit there to deep right field. And I got Willie Wilson up. I'm gonna gamble or guess a little bit here. I'm gonna bring third in, just in case he wants to try to lay down a bunt. And he's gonna ground it to first, excuse me, and good play there from Carlton and Pete Rose to get him out. All right, so Bake McBride leading off. Larry Gura, who's also pitched a pretty good game. No strikeouts but a walk. He wasn't much of a strikeout pitcher, I don't think, anyway. And McBride, a grounder to third, and Brett throws him out. All right, so now Mike Schmidt, let's see if he can do something here. 1-2 count. And he strikes him out. So that's Gura's first strikeout of the game. Now Maddox coming up. 1-1. And a grounder to third. Brett's been pretty busy over there. And throws him out. So if you base it on hits, we're a little bit better offensively. I mean, I'm not going to second guess that decision to send Smith earlier, but that could have been a big. The 1 run might be the difference here. We got John Wathan up, a strikeout again. Carlton just on fire. He's up to 82 pitches. May have to start thinking about what I'm going to do in the 7th and 8th inning with him. And that's a base hit from Brett up the middle. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and see just to make sure. Yeah, he's good. I'm gonna play double play depth here. And this is and this could tell it here. It's 1-2. Strikes him out looking. And now we got Clint Hurdle. I think he struck out his last time, but it's 4 quick walk balls there to walk him. Okay, so now we got UL Washington up. He's 1 for 2 today. I still gotta give him a chance, and a grounder deep to short, and he throws him out at second for the 4th. So 7th inning stretch time. I was hoping we'd see a little bit more offense in this game, but it has definitely been a good pitching duel if you like pitching. We got Manny Trio leading off, so this will be the bottom of the 3rd of our lineup now. See if we can get something going. And that's a good way to start. Deep fly ball, hits the fence. And Manny Trio's got some decent speed. He's going to go for 3rd. And he's going to get there easy. Okay, finally. Now Lonnie Smith had that leadoff double to start the game, but surely we can bring Trio in with no outs. 2-2 game. A grounder, the runner going, and he bobbles it. They were playing him in. And Washington an error to score Boa. Now Bob Boone up, a grounder to first. They're going to get the force out at second. I think that's all they're going to get. Now it might be decision time, but you know I'm gonna let Carlton stay in there. I'm not 100%. I'm not really 100% sure either on that bullpen. We got Lonnie Smith coming up next. I'm still, I'm gonna let him bunt, see if he can't do, but he keeps missing it. It's 1-2 count. Come on, and he strikes him out. No, he takes. Sorry, fastball outside. So it's 2-2 count, and he struck him out. Foul ball, but I was trying to say, the bullpen is a little bit. You got Tug McGraw as a closer, and not a whole lot in that Phillies bullpen. I'm I'm going to try to get Carlton as much out of Carlton as I can. So we got Lonnie Smith, who's 3 for 3, 2 doubles, but it's an 0-2 count. That's unusual. And he hits that one deep, and I think that might be caught. Yeah. Hurdle makes a good play there. But it's 1-0 as we go into the top of the 8th. Willie Aikens leading off. It's a 1-2 count. And he struck him out. Paints that corner there. That's his 9th strikeout of the game. So now we got Frank White. And he hits that one pretty hard. Maddox hopefully will chase it down. He does. And now Larry Gura staying in the game. That's, you know, that was the era that it was, you know. Although even by the 1980s, you know, 1980, you were seeing relievers used a little bit more often. But you're pitching like this, 1 run through 7 innings, 89 pitches even, you know, pretty good on the pitching. He's got an 80 stamina, so he's topped out on stamina. I mean, that's the way it was. You know, you threw the pitcher out there until his arm fell off. And looks like a easy ground out for Rose to start it off. Now we got McBride. He's 0 for 3. He's a little bit better hitter than that. Let's see something here. And that's going to be an easy ground ball, but I don't know if he's beats out the. That's another animation I think I've noticed from the previous version. I just don't think the animation is matching the play-by-play. I think they're probably, you know, if you look at the play-by-play, Gura probably had a hard time getting to it on time and making the throw. So we got Schmidt up, and they're leaving Gura in there. That's kind of crazy, I think, even though he struck Schmidt out his last time up. It's 3-1 game, 3-1 count. He lines that one to center, but base hit, but the runner's going to stay on second. So now Gary Maddox, they're leaving Gura in there. 9 hits for the Phillies in the game, and that could be tough. Now he's going to go to first with it. So Maddox is the second out of the inning, but McBride and Schmidt both move up for Manny Trio, who had that humongous hit his last time up, a triple. And Gura staying in there, full count. And another hit, another base hit. Schmidt to round third, no. That's something I think I noticed last night too. There's something that's going to have to be probably fixed with that. When it pops up the message to whether you want to throw home or not, it seems like it glitches out a little bit. But hopefully they'll address that in a upcoming patch. So now big thing is Phillies get another run up. It's 2-0. Larry Boa up. They're keeping Gura in. Full count. Runners on the corner. And he pops him up. That's probably going to do it. It does. Now, it's been a while, I guess, since in real life, since we've seen a complete game shutout in a World Series game. Do I really want to risk that at this point? Let's see how he does against Wilson. This could be terrible decision, but I'm bringing Schmidt in. Going to pitch to Wilson. It's 0-1 count, and he hits it really hard. But wow, right at Lonnie Smith to make the catch. We got John Wathan. Let me visit the mound. He's got more than enough to keep going. Okay, I trust him. This is Steve Carlton, one of the best pitchers in Philly history. I'll trust him a little bit. And he strikes him out. 2 down, 1 away from a win. And it's George Brett, Steve Carlton. This is what I really wanted to see. Final out, hopefully the game on the line. 2 of the best players of their era. And it's a full count. And he strikes him out looking to end the game. 12 strikeouts for Steve Carlton. Phillies go crazy. They win the World Series because I only put it in there for 1 game, but you can actually program a full series, 3 games, 5 games, 7, however many you want to go. But hopefully that gives you a good look at what the animations look like. I did notice, like I say, some upgrades, a little bit more fluid movement, especially from the pitcher. Some of the plays in the outfield, even some of the running the bases looked a little bit more fluid. But as for me, if you're a subscriber to my channel, I'm looking to do some new things, some new challenges with this version of Out of the Park 20. Last year, I have a long-term Phillies series that I've been doing, I think, since version 18 of Out of the Park Baseball, if not 17, but I believe it's 18. So we're up to the 2037 off season, 2038 season right now. I think my plan is really I'm gonna import that into Out of the Park 20, and I may also I think I've seen some questions from people on the board, a little bit of questions about how do you import a previous league. It's really simple. I've already done the Cincinnati Reds playthrough that I did from last year. I've already imported it. It's really simple. But I think I might do like kind of a tutorial video of how you import a league, and I'm going to use that Phillies playthrough that I've been doing. I'm going to import that in and keep playing for a while, and then as we get closer to the season, I think the thing that really intrigues me, I want to do this at some point in this season. One of the new features, I forget what they call it, but it's kind of a live. I should have probably checked up the name for it before I got in here, but it's like a live feature where, like, if you pick up a team, say in May, you can pick up the team exactly as they look in real life. And say you want to go to the All-Star break and you want to pick the worst team in baseball, see if you can turn them around in half season, you can do that. Or if you want to go later or earlier, however you want to do. You want to pick up a team in September. The way I'm understanding this, you want to pick up a team in September and just go through the playoff run. You can do that. So that's something I'd like to do, play around with. But I'm also just looking for a new challenge. I mean, last year I did a GM challenge with the Reds. This year I might do something a little bit different with a different team, but I'm looking forward to it, as always. I always love a new version of this game. It always gets better. I mean, there's some things I'll take a look at some of the new features too, probably in an upcoming video, but we have spray charts now, which is awesome. I don't think they're going to show here, but if you look into the batting stats, there's a spray chart there, and this is only going to show for the game that you played, so it's probably one of those things where it's only going to build as you play. I don't know if they're not going to import spray charts, obviously, but from every season that a player played. But that's going to be something fun to look at as you go through the season, especially if you're playing out games. I mean, that's going to be really fun to look at, like head-to-head matchups and, player positioning and all that kind of stuff, and how you pitch to a certain player. I think that's going to really help in the actual 3D gameplay itself anyway, or when you're playing out a game. But that's something I'll probably look at. There's a lot of things to look at, and it's going to be fun though. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to keep up with the channel, subscribe, and you should get notified when I have new videos going. But it's a new version, so that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of this year, is playing some Out of the Park 20. I'll see you next episode.